Oh yeah, today we're doing the absolute, the most garbage character in the whole game, like strategy tech analysis and tier list. Yeah, today it will be the Spike. Some of you may say, "Oh, but this character like cannot be good." And then like, wait, like how would you even like make a strategy about a guy who is like so weak? And you're right. I don't know. I actually don't know. I just I I played this guy a lot. It's not like I am just because a lot of people are just like, "Oh, Spike is so bad. I will not play him then." But he's bad, and they never played the character. And some of them I can understand because this set is kind of like it's expensive, bruh. This set is expensive, man. But as one of the owners of the set, living not in USA by the way, so that's pretty like I don't know exclusive thing I guess. I played Spike a lot. Like I actually like this guy. He's pretty safe. He has very good stats, but his ability sucks, and overall his win condition doesn't work. So today I will just try to like I don't know show you maybe how to like use this ability to the best effect and somewhat maybe trigger it. Because let's be honest, like it's almost not possible to be to trigger it ever because this guy is so garbage. Yes, but with today is the strategy of the garbage, and uh, let me know. Like, did you like learn something from it? Like, I helped you in any way. I don't know. Let me know. Like, but let's go to the video. Ooh. Overall. And the explanation of the character, maybe right away. Spike is a character who wants to. He's control, first of all. He wants to surround the opponent and place him on the shadow tokens or place himself close to the shadow token, maybe on the shadow token, and being at the same time close to the opponent. So, yeah, that's the vibe we are going for. Which is pretty difficult if you look at the special ability. At the start of your turn, you may place a shadow token in the space adjacent to Spike or Drusilla. Yeah, so it's a good thing that Drusilla can also, like, place shadow tokens. So we are working together, working and walking also together to just surround the opponent, which is okay. This is a cool idea of the character. However, the execution is somewhat not cool. Okay, basic stats: health 15, max of 15, which is good. This is just a lot of health. Movement is 2, max of 5. Okay, a lot of characters are having this type of movement, this type of like boosting. This is basically like basic stats. What can I say? He has sidekick Drusilla. She's useful. She has absolutely broken cards. The problem with Drusilla is her cards are broken, but to trigger them, as you will see, you need to be on the shadow token, and one of this card is absolutely like broken. Yeah, stupidly broken, stupidly OP. But yeah, they need to be on the shadow token, or you have to be on the shadow token. So yeah, that's the condition that sometimes yeah it's hard to be met even. Average boost value is 2. Basic, yeah, that's basically basic. You have almost all of your deck is like 2 boost values, so I mean it's not like it's not like it will help you surround the opponent with the shadow tokens, because let me tell you, this is the only like way to spawn shadow tokens. You have only one scheme that I am not hardly like counting this scheme that place shadow tokens all around you. So that's your only way. Draw cards, card draw, max of 17. Lol. Yeah, this is a lot. This dude is drawing a lot of cards. I don't know why. He's not a tempo hero. I mean, you can play a tempo hero, and we'll be talking about that. Yeah, but I don't know. This is a lot. Like, this is probably one of the records in the whole match, because basically he has like 4 schemes that draw him 2 cards, so you can just go crazy and go scheme, 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 and now you draw like your whole deck, and this is like absolutely like bananas. But yeah, that's a lot of cards. Probably to so yeah, you will never like run out of cards with this dude, and that's pretty good because you're a control character who can also be a tempo character at the same time apparently, and you're also a trap character, which is so you have 3 archetypes into one, one basic archetype and 2 small archetypes. which is pretty cool combination if you ask me. Like playing this guy is actually kind of cool, and he actually has like 2 playstyles, which also is great. We'll be talking about this. Average block value is 4. Good, yeah, that's good. Be blocking with 4s. You have a lot of those 4s, and you also have 3s. And from now on, you have 2s and 1s. But yeah, blocking with 4 with this guy is just probably basic, which is crazy. And then average attack value is 4, which is also good. But don't get me wrong, if you want to block for 4, you don't need to. You cannot like attack for 4, and it works other way also. If you want to like attack a lot with 4, you will be not blocking with 4. So yeah, it's good, but it's conditional. You know, you are choosing your path. You're aggressive spike, or you are like more tactical spike. Both of them are kind of garbage, so it doesn't matter what you will pick. Also, this video will be probably shorter because this guy is overall like easier to understand. He's pretty simple, like overall pretty simple. But I will show you some strategies, so yeah. Oh, cards! We got Versatile Cards part 1, because this guy has overall like 8 versatiles, he has no blocks, so there is like no blocks category. And then some attack cards, some scheme cards, but overall this boy has like very purple deck, and that's cool. I like purple decks. Okay, let's move through all of them. As you can see, a lot of 4s. We have 7 4s already, which is crazy. Leap Away. We know Leap Away. It's 4 value versatile, 2 copies, any, so Drusilla can play it. 1 boost. After combat, if you want a combat, choose either fighter in the combat and move them up to 4 spaces. Yeah, that's cool. Like playing this dude overall feels either like you're a complete tank or you're a complete like rushy character. This character is cool. Maybe not. This card is cool if you want to like. I don't know. If you want to go for the oppressive spike, like aggressive spike, you can be crazy and hits high sidekick with this card that opponent is like blocking his way with. I guarantee you, this card will kill this sidekick, and then you are moving after combat close to the opponent. And let's say he was hiding behind this sidekick because he had like no blocks. And now we are hitting him with another 4, and that's crazy. We are not using our ability yet, and we will be not using it for the most of our strategy. But this is a cool idea of just going close to the opponent and just go 4, 4, or 4, 4. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, you can use this card to just play it, then you may win a combat on defense and then just back off, so you are not taking like double attack. So this guy overall is pretty good at like staying at the opponent's face. I'm gonna be totally honest, because you have those 4s, you can just play them, and there is like very high chance that you will win the combat and then you can back off. And even if you will not back off, I'll just taking like, I don't know, 1-2 damage to the face as 15 health character is crazy. And no one will be wanting like stay close to spike at the end of the turn, so they will not attack you twice unless they are crazy. So you have like your passive is basically you cannot stay close to the spike at the end of combat because you take damage or something like that. You take extra damage or something like that. So this is basically your passive ability, which like pushes opponent away from you passively. And those cards are just helping you with, backing off your opponent is too aggressive, or just getting close to them, because as I can say, you can also use it to hit a sidekick on the other side of the table who is like body blocking you, and then just whoop, leap away close to the opponent's face, and you are not going anywhere. So he now has to like decide if he wants to hit you or just back off. And you can hit him like in the process also. Again, like second action. This card is pretty cool, like I said. This is Leap Away, but in Spike's deck, it works the way I describe it to you. Hitting a sidekick, getting close to the opponent, hitting the opponent maybe again, or just backing off. Both options are possible. Then we got Skirmish. Skirmish is basically Leap Away, but nerfed. Same stats for value versatile, 2 copies, 1 boost, anyone can play it. This is probably the sickest like skirmish cards, skirmish like card graphic so far. It's not like the dude is just you know, jumping or whatever. Is no, stabbing with something or whatever. It's Spike, like his face is angry. He's a vampire. And then after combat, yeah, if you want a combat with one of the fighters in the combat, up to 2 spaces. Yeah, this is basically like this one, but now the movement is like, you know, you can move less. Yeah. So we cannot do the crazy thing that you are able to warp from the other side of the table to the opponent if you kill the sidekick and you know, smack them. But the strategy about, you know, hitting the opponent's sidekick and then just, if you want the combat, getting behind them and hitting the opponent is still probably work. So yeah, that was the 4 value skirmish. Very good, very good. Also on defense, the same way works the same way. Like if you want the combat, you can just escape double attacking or whatever. But yeah, maybe I'll tell it like when I describe this card, because Let's Dance is the very important card. Spike exclusive, 4 value versatile again. 3 copies now, so yeah, very cool. And then 3 boost value. And during combat, if Spike or the opposing fighter is in the space with a shadow token, you may boost this card. Oh boy, oh boy. Your highest boost value is 3, so this can go up to 7. And this card is your main tool if opponent like made mistakes. So what I mean by that, if opponent is like, okay, I will stay close to you because I don't care. Now we can punish them with the little combo. We're playing Drusilla scheme now, which allows you to look at their hand and discard 2 chosen cards, so that's broken. And then you play 7 value, probably undefended, Let's Dance, which is 7 value now. And that's pretty cool. So this card is basically a 7 value hit if conditions are met. First condition is easy, so we have to like have like 3 value boost card, 3 boost value card in your hand. So that condition is pretty easy to meet, as you will see. And then you have to like place them on the shadow token or placing you on the shadow token. So it's not like it's that limited. It's not like they have to be on the shadow token. You can be on the shadow token and they are just adjacent to you. Very good card, 7 value hit, like always, very great. You may even go for this playstyle, like I said. No, this playstyle is not possible, but you know, if opponent is still close to the shadow token somehow, but on the other side of the map, you can attack their sidekick with that, get close to them, and then hit them with 7. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But yeah, like using this card as 7 is great, but if you want, you can also use it as 6 by boosting with 2, because you have a lot of 2s. Or you can just play it as blank 4 and nothing like wrong will happen, because if you know that your opponent has like not a lot of blocks in hand, bro, it's just better to just get close to them and smack them with 4, and you have a lot of them, so it's pretty safe to smack them with this and just be fine with that. But overall, I would leave this card because, yeah, as I said, the good strategy about Spike is to just go in early and smack them with 4s, because the hope is, like, especially if you're going first, because there might be the word when they draw like literally no defense, and now if you will get close to them and hit them with 4, bam, 4 have gone, pretty bonkers, so that's pretty fun. And then they're just panicking, running away, and all of that because you're a Spike, you're close to them, so they're scared. The first card you want to play, you know, that needs to go is Skirmish. Like, Skirmish is the worst 4 value card from your deck. So if you are going for this early 4 value card, which I like to use, just use Skirmish and be happy, because Skirmish is overall not that important. The effect is the worst out of all of them. So just use Skirmish early game to hit. If you don't have Skirmish, I think Leap Away is the way to go. And or Let's Dance like 3. So yeah, don't be like ashamed of using this card as just 4 value to just, you know, lower the opponent health somewhat. This is good as 4 value attack. And then bloody hell, spike exclusive also. 3 copies, 3 value versatile, 2 boost value. After combat, deal 1 damage to the opposing fighter. Yeah, nice. Then deal 1 additional damage for each space with a shadow token adjacent to them. Okay. So this can turn into counter punch if you want from Sherlock's deck. But you need to like sit your ass on shadow tokens, or shadow tokens need to like be nearby. This is crazy that these cards like have no condition saying like if they're on or adjacent to a shadow token, it's only adjacent. Which is crazy. Like if opponent is staying on the shadow token, this like has no use. Except dealing 1 auto damage. But this 1 auto damage is like you're dealing all the time. Which is fun. Like you have 3 copies, so overall it's 3 auto damage. And it's okay that you are not needing like any condition to at least deal this 1 auto damage, because I'm gonna be totally honest. If you will play this card as a normal, you know, no shadow token, let's say you draw like bloody hell in the early game and now you want to attack the opponent with our 4 value, you can just switch to bloody hell. It's basically like 4 value now. And that's cool, like 3 damage less from their health. So let's say at the beginning you dealt like 4 damage, now they are like 10 health as 14 health character. Now you dealt 3 damage with bloody hell, they are 7 health, so we are like getting somewhere. And then you can like find the damage with your 7s and 4s. Yeah. But bloody hell, very good on defense in my opinion. As a 15 health character, playing 3 value block is just good. It's like it's not hurting you that much. So just play it for this 1 auto damage, and if there's the opportunity to deal more auto damage, it's like absolutely broken. But the highest you will probably go is like 2, and that's still broken, like straight up broken. So this card is very good. Good on defense, good on offense. Yeah, that's cool. And also, remember, it's great to clear the sidekicks. If opponent is like spamming you with sidekicks, like placing them close to you or whatever, you can do this thing like you can place like, I don't know, shadow token somewhere close to them because they're surrounded you. And then if they have like multi-health sidekick, you can just play it on defense and deal them 2 damage. So that's pretty cool. So it's someone like, I don't know, 6 health sidekick somehow. I don't know, the Porter? I don't know if Porter has 6 health. I don't remember, but let's say he has 6 health. Then you are just dealing him 2 damage. And that's pretty cool. Now it's easier to like get out of the situation. Against 1 health sidekick is even better because you're just clearing them straight up. So pretty good defense, dealing damage to the opponent and 2 sidekicks, and very good on offense also. Then we got other part of Versatiles. Now they are more like control-y or whatever. The previous page was more about offense and big defense, like just, you know, big values, and the second phase is more about the strategical game. So yeah, first of all we have Drusilla Versatile, Empathy, 2 copies, 3 boost value. Yeah, we know where we're going, boys. And then draw 1 card. After combat, of course, draw a card. If the opposing fighter is in a space with a shadow tokens, draw 3 cards instead. Never trigger the effect, please. This card, if you will play it on shadow token, you're basically killing yourself. So don't do this. And drawing 1 card is okay, but honestly, just keep this card for the 3 value boost, so we can boost our Let's Dance. And I will like tell you nothing more about this card. It's just good 3 boost value. We don't want to use it as card draw. I mean, we can use it to keep Drusillas alive, so that's an option. But she can defend with feints, with regroups, or with those 4, so I mean you can play it still as defense. Yeah, probably you can play it, but I guess opponent will be not like actually trying to kill her because she is overall pretty tanky, so she will be spending those cards, and those cards are on defense, and opponent doesn't really want to, like, you know, spend a lot of their offensive tools, capabilities on just your sidekick when they can just rush you because you have no healing. So they will be probably like leaving Drusilla alone And this card then is just boost to Let's Dance 7 value. Yeah, that's pretty bonkers. Then we got Feint. Feint is always, like I said, like 2 value versatile and a spike free, 2 copies. 3 copies, of course, it's good that it's 3 copies. 2 boost value, cancel all effects of the opponent card. Yeah, this card is always like 50-50. If you're playing in matchup that opponent is relying on effects, it's just okay. But if opponent relies on big values, like I don't know, Bigfoot, Achilles, Luke Cage, then this card is absolute garbage, because why would you like even block with that if they're just smacking you with, I don't know, 7s, 6s, and those 6s are printed, so you're taking further damage to the face. Nah, this card is just... Sometimes it's broken in matchups with an opponent has like a lot of cool effects and it relies on its effects, but in matchups where opponent is not relying on them, he not even smacking high, maybe he plays Shakespeare and he relies on the cool end of line effects, then this card is just meh. It's a 2 value block still, so yeah. Then we got Drusilla, always surprising. One value versatile with 3 copies. So it will shit all over your deck, but it's kinda okay. 2 boost value, so you can still use it with Let's Dance, because 6 values are still okay. And then during combat, blind boost this card. So you're taking the top card of the deck and you're boosting this card with the value. If Drusilla's space has a shadow token, double the boost value. This is basically Willow. This is basically playing Willow, but as a sidekick. Let me tell you, this card is pretty fun, but only if you don't want to win, because yeah, you will blind boost the card. Let's say you blind boosted the skirmish. Yeah, that hurts, right? So now you're still hitting for free, so okay. But even if you'll blind boost with something like Bloody Hell, it's not the end of the world, because then it's 5 value. If you'll blind boost with Empathy, this is the best case scenario probably, you're hitting with 7. What the fuck? So Drusilla has 7 value like attack on her own, if on shadow token, so it's like Let's Dance. But you know, this is basically random, so I don't know. This card I use only if I want to like defend her, or I'm using it with the Let's Dance, because let's be honest, like blind boosting one card can basically like kill this character, because now you lost the Let's Dance or Bloody Hell, and now we have less like defense, or if you skirmishes or leap ways, and now that sucks. So I like to use this card to just get close to the opponent, just normal boosting. But if Drusilla is in very critical situation or the condition is like met, I like to play it, because now she might survive for longer, or I might be like that lucky and draw a 3 value boost, and now it's 7. But yeah, I'm not happy about it. I don't like this card. Then we got Regroup, like normal. Buffies overall are the Regroup masters, so yeah, Spike is no different. Like, you can bait them with regroups, but I don't know how baity you can would be with this one. Like, you're still like, opponent is still risking taking like 4 or 1, or on shadow token you can do this crazy thing. If opponent is like close to you, you may play regroup first action, and they are like blocked with feint to just cancel you, and then next action playing the Let's Dance, and now they block, I don't know, with 3, and you dealt 4 damage. So there is the potential of the feint, but I don't know. It's also a great tool to draw a card, because as Spike, as I said, if you're going for a tempo spike, card draw is actually not that dangerous. So that's pretty cool that you can draw cards while attacking. Even you can block with that, because why not? Especially Drusilla can block with that, because she is kinda tanky and she might take 3 damage while blocking with that, but at least she draw you a card, and that's pretty cool. You might draw Bloody Hell, Skirmish, Let's Dance, and now you are able to kill them, like attack them. So regroup, good as always to bait on shadow tokens, but if you're on the shadow tokens, I would not waste the action anyway, because they will just run out of you. So if they are like on the shadow token, or you're on the shadow token close to them, just spam them with 2/7 and just hope that they will just go through, that they will not cancel it, because yeah, if you will play Feint first action, they may play some card that allow them to like back off, let's say Skirmish. And now you feel pretty bad because you are not able to play the, Let's Dance. So regroup, like good bait, but also it's a good card to defend with Drusilla. Then we got attack cards, no block cards like I mentioned. We got the Rush, 3 value attack, 3 boost, spike exclusive to like copies. If Spike or the opposing fighter is in a space with the Shadow token, the value of this card is 5. This is basically a momentous shift, but now for Shadow tokens, and you can only attack with that. It's not like you are blocking with Skirmish anyway, but sometimes you need to. This card can be okay, but for the most part I like to use it as the boost to the Let's Dance. Like straight up, this is just probably the best use of it. You can play it as, the attack, but I don't know, man. It's pretty like smacking with 5 is cool, but it's like hardly different from smacking with 4s. And in my eyes, keeping it, you better keep it, because if opportunity will just show itself, you can just hit them with 7. So just keep your in your hand to use it with Let's Dance. But if your Let's Dance is gone because you boosted it with the empathy, so if you have empathy in hand, you can totally like go for 5 value the Rush. And yeah, this is just a 5 value that is good on the Shadow tokens. Like, what are you expecting me to do? Also, if this card get fated, like, this is probably very, very like, it's bad, bro. It's bad. It is bad, man. Then we got Arrogance, which is pretty cool card that has very bad effect, like very bad results, but it's pretty cool overall, and I wish that other characters have something like that. Arrogance, 1 copy, 4 value attack, spike only, of course, 2 boost, so I don't know why 2 boost, it should be like 4 boost, but okay. During combat, if you may discard your whole hand, even if your hand is empty, if you do, the value of this card is 6. This is nothing, like, bro. Let's Dance allows you to go up to 7. This allows you to go up to 6. Like, what is going on? But yeah, the best way is to just keep this card to the end of the game and then just play it if your hand is basically empty. And okay, it is basically like garbage. It's not even like Beast Form or Excalibur or like Unbundle range. It's Unbundle range. It's not even comparable. The best comparison is just a bad log or bad, I don't know, 6 value attack, Sweet Christmas. Brother, this is just terrible, and the boost value is also bad. So, what's the best use of this card, you may ask, except like keeping it to the end game when it gets fainted? The best use of this is to like use it with all of your boys, like Skirmish, Let's Dance, Sleep Away in the early game when you want to like rush the opponent with 4 values. This is the best card to use, except Skirmish, to just go close to the opponent and just hit them with 4 value early game, because it's pretty thematic, you're arrogant, so yeah. This is probably the best one, because it has like no use. Skirmish, Let's Dance and Leap Away had at least like effects that you want to keep for later, but this boy, nah, I don't think like it has like any use. It's just like, it is just good 4 value attack or good 6 value attack in the very end of the game where you're probably dead. So yeah, that's it. And then we got schemes. First scheme is Seek the Shadows. Spike exclusive, 4 copies, what the so this will definitely shit all over your deck. And that's a very like That's pretty common if you play spikes. So seek the summons, seek the shadows allow you to draw 2 cards and then place a shadow token in spike space and each spike adjacent and each space adjacent to spike. So it's basically, ooh, all my shadow tokens regroup and they are all over you, and now you have like basically like no use. This card basically is, if you will draw it, you might be like, okay, I will play it, and now you draw, I don't know, 2 cards. But yeah, you just draw 2 cards in one turn because it doesn't give you action. So, bruh, it's still like, I don't know, it's still drawing 2 cards, so it's as well the same as maneuvering 2 times. You can be crazy and you can play 2 of those in the same turn, which means you are drawing now 4 cards. Rather, that's crazy. Considering that you have both of them in hands. I don't know. This card is just to like get tempo, and I like the idea, but at least give me action. Because if this would give you action, if you're on the shadow token or whatever, if opponents on the shadow token or whatever, then this character would be like playable, because then the strategy would be getting close to the opponent, placing the shadows. Now opponent is on the shadow token, you gain an action, and now you can, like, I don't know, smack them with rush, and it's not that crazy because you would hit them with 5 value, or you can smack them with let's dance, so with 7, and that's pretty cool. The spike would be pretty cool, but nah. But this card is just, I don't know, draw cards, draw cards, draw cards, nothing else. And yeah, I don't know what to tell you. This is just a draw 2 cards, and I guess the placing shadow tokens all around the place is just the debuff, because they think like, oh yeah, playing something like that is broken. We need to, like, I don't know, balance it somehow. So they balance it by, I don't know, removing all of your shadow tokens that you play strategical. So yeah. But then we got the best scheme in the whole unmatched, probably. It's one of the best for sure. Decide. Drusilla only. This card is the reason to keep Drusilla alive, but I will just be honest with you. Opponent will be not wanting to like rush her because she's pretty tanky, so she will not die. 2 copies, and 2 boost value, never boost with that. Choose an opponent and look at their hand. Choose a card for them to discard. That's the normal effect. So we already can just look at their hand and discard one of their cards. So okay, that's broken. This is basically the Giles. Yeah, Giles Insight. The name is even similar. But then there's the condition of shadow tokens. If any of their fighter are in the space with shadow token, remember that. They can be on the shadow token, like this, like one stupid harpy can be on the shadow token in the end of the map, and now the site is working. Like basically it's working because this one stupid harpy is standing on this one shadow token, and opponent forgot about this one harpy. So this hag is basically like throwing, like feed into you. And then you choose 2 cards for them instead, 2 discards. Oh boy, 2 chosen discards. The sky is the limit what you will do when given 2 chosen discards. Good that this character says like no guaranteed 6s, because at this point it would be broken. Like man, this card is even good if you don't want to attack the opponent, because bro, if you are playing against Dracula, which is pretty thematic, you may just, I don't know, if you see that he has a lot of cards, you can just play it, and 90% he will be having the beast form, so now you can just discard it, and something else also you can discard it. And now Dracula has like no win condition, so that's pretty good at like destroying those OTK characters. Works also against Genie, Houdini, Blackbeard, pretty good. Like it works against those guys because you will just look at their hand and discard their good OTK cards, and that's pretty cool. So opponent has to like always remember about this one thing, which is not like looking if sidekicks are standing on the shadow token, because if they will be standing, then I'm sorry, but they're probably like giving you the side opportunities, and now you're discarding 2 of their cards chosen, which is broken. Even if you are like looking at the, if you are just playing normally, so just discarding 2 cards from their hand. Seems pretty broken even if you are not offensive, if you are not like guaranteeing getting like hit with something, so that's pretty fun. And I would say even this first effect is kind of broken, because you may just look at their hand, discard one of them cards, and that's pretty dope. This is dope even if you are like not using it with a big effect. So this side, definitely one of the most broken cards in their game. Like this is the most broken card in your deck, like straight up, I'm gonna be honest. Like nothing is even coming close. I would maybe Let's Dance, but Let's Dance is so conditional. But the side is always great, even if you have like no shadow tokens near you. And also the condition is crazy. Like this is so easy to met. You may as well just chase the opponent with Spike, and eventually he will like step on this shadow token, and like if he will like end the turn once on shadow token, he's getting punished so much because the site is working, and now we can discard 2 chosen cards, so we are basically controlling the game. Like that's stupid. This is why Spike has potential to be the best control character in the game, because the site, like this site is just broken. Looking at the opponent hand and discarding 2 of their cards, you may as well just discard 2 important cards, and now character is not working. Like discarding 1 card chosen is okay, but discarding 2 chosen cards is other level of like being broken. So yeah, now strategy and guides. Who this guy is working against? So he works against heroes who rely on being close all the time to ya. So who I mean by that? T-Rex, maybe not T-Rex also, like T-Rex, Daredevil, Wells. Like there are some characters that actually want to be close to you, and they're being punished hardly. Achilles like to be close to you. Raptors. Who else? Maybe not Bruce Lee, but Tomoe likes to be close to the opponent. You can probably like tell other characters by just looking at the roster, but those types of heroes that just want to be at your face because they are taking advantage of that. Then this guy is actually kind of okay, because if those characters, because this is all about mentality. Now those characters cannot be like, oh, I will be staying on your face, I will just spam 7 force and all like Tomoe and just force you to get out of the zone. Nah, now this character has to adjust, because like adapt, sorry, not adjust, and adapt. Because she cannot like play now this whole like game where she can just sit next to you and hit you and force you to like back off. No. She needs to like actually back off. So the aggressive Tomoe is kinda not working. Raptors, they rely on surrounding you. So if you like place them on the shadow tokens, you may just use the site and then play 7, and 1 Raptor is basically dead. And the truth is, you will probably discard 2 of their important defenses, so now 1 Raptor is dead, and they're like struggling to kill you because you have a lot of force and all, so that's pretty cool. So he works against those characters that want to like be close to you, which is pretty cool. But then he doesn't work against like everybody. Like bro, this dude is so weak. Like half of their, like not half of their, 90% of roster can just run away and just kite you, or even attack you once, or stay on these shadow tokens and be totally fine. Like Jill Trent, she might stay at your face and probably never get hit because her defenses are so broken, so your Let's Dance, your skirmishes are doing jack shit to her, and that's pretty good. That's pretty broken. Yeah. So yeah, he doesn't unfortunately works against like anybody. And then strategy, win condition. Stack opponents somewhere with shadow tokens or place them strategical close to him, and or place them strategical close to them. What I mean by that is like placing them in the places that you know that will be stepping in, like basically placing traps. And then smack with 7s and discards. Yeah, this is one strategy. So let's discuss this strategy first, because there's another one. You want to like always place Spike and Drusilla and the sides of the zone. Like if you are playing on the map that is like, I don't know, has, let's say this is the map. It's like going that. You want to play Spike here, Drusilla here, and you want to go like Drusilla here, Spike here. You want to have a chance to surround the opponent. So eventually he will be like, oh, it's getting kinda like, you know, the walls are like being smaller and smaller. So that's the problem, and now he has to like go like out of this zone, because you're basically like forcing him to get out of this zone, because he is risking being on the shadow tokens. Yeah, that's pretty threatening. So yeah, going Drusilla one side, Spike the other side is the greater like strategy, because now, yeah, you might have two bodies, but those two bodies can surround the opponent eventually, if you know the map and if you know the movement of the opponent, if you know where he will go. So the strategy is like always go that, and then place shadow tokens, like two of them, somewhere in the middle, like here or here. Because we are going here, opponent's here, so we are going like that, and leave shadow tokens here and here, because now, maybe closer even to him, because he needs to like get out of the zone. So you may predict where he will end up. Even if he will be adjacent to a shadow token, you still may like figure something out, like get on this shadow token by boosting now and hit them with 7 Let's Dance. Like you see, you need to like think strategical, like surround them. And that's pretty cool strategy. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for the most part. So he's like first ability, first strategy basically like revolves around the fact that some characters are just built to be at your face all the time, and you are just basically like hard countering them by being the Spike, because now you're placing shadow tokens on them or on yourself, and you're just smacking them with 7, discarding their cards, all of that, pretty cool. But also trying to surround the opponent and place them on the shadow tokens by yourself, it's pretty satisfying, pretty cool playstyle, pretty cool gameplay, I like it. And it's worth trying out if you are just playing for fun. I recommend that. It's pretty cool. Like I said in the past, Spike is pretty fun just because you must think about every movement and where opponents will be moving. So I like this idea. But then there's another strategy, which is just try to rush with force. And this strategy is pretty okay. So it's basically like I said, you're going close to them and smacking them with 4 early game, because you have basically, how many? You have 8 4s, so you're not lacking them. And you may even count Bloody Hell as 4 value, which in that case, you have you have basically 11 4s. So that's pretty fun. You might just go early game and hit them with force and do it as often as possible. That's basically maneuver, attack with 4, maneuver, attack with 4, maneuver, attack with 4, and totally just don't give a shit about this whole like surround strategy shit. You just go in and hit them with 4 values every turn, and eventually they might just die. You're just hoping them to die. Sometimes you may use the sight from Lucilla to look at their hand and discard 1 card if you feel like you have advantage. So yeah, this strategy also can work, and I won once with this one against actually very good character. It was the Black Widow, because yeah, I was just going all the time and smacking her with force, so eventually died, which is pretty crazy. Of course, and like at the tournament with my friends, not like some local or whatever, because you're not taking this guy to locals or any tournament. But yeah, this strategy is pretty fun. It's basically like we're playing Angel, but now weaker, and that's pretty fun. And then search for these 4 values, because yeah, in the early game, if you want to like be efficient, you need to spam force, so those are great. And also if you want to go for the surround playstyle, you need Let's Dance, so search for it. And those 4 values were basically like, if you're playing against like character that hits a lot, those 4 values will save your ass, so also pretty great to have them. You may say search for inside the side, but I disagree. Because the thing with Spike is it's not that hard to like find the card from his deck because he has draw 2 cards scheme and also he has regroups and empathies. So he will draw himself pretty quickly and he will find the cards that he needs. So now this is all only about the execution, which is, you know, rushing them with force or surrounding them with shadow tokens, and that's basically the strategy, and I hope it will like work for you. And now I will go to the tier list to rank the cards, and yes. And now for the tier list of the cards, like always we rank all of them. Which one is broken, which one is bad. First of all, Leap Away. Like I said, this is great to just block damage, attack with it, kill the sidekick, get close to the opponent, pretty good, like A plus for sure. This card is just good. This is the 4 value attack that basically has the additional effects and also can be 4 value block. What more you need? Then we got Skirmish. Skirmish is basically War Sleep Away, so it's going to the A tier anyway. It's basically the same. Skirmish is the best to use in the early game if you want to rush the opponent with force, like we discussed. This is pretty good because you're gonna get close and hit them. And this card is overall the worst for value, except the Arrogance. So using it as attack is very fun. Also using it as defense is very fun. Then we got Let's Dance. Let's Dance is straight up S tier. This is like one of your win conditions. 7 value attack. It might be on the shadow tokens, so that's pretty great. And yeah, just 7 value. You can also use it as like, you know, blank 4 on defense or on offense, and then it's pretty good. So it has the advantage over those cards because it can go up like 7 or 6, and on shadow tokens. This card is basically the reason why opponent doesn't want to like step on shadow tokens because he's scared of 7s and 5s with rush, but I would say this is the one of the worst. Also, I want to like take this thing out of the way. This is the best card in your deck and also one of the best cards in the whole match. Like discarding 2 cards from the opponent hand, brother, what the hell? It's crazy. Even its normal effect without shadow tokens is crazy because like, you know, like hitting with like discarding chosen card by that, it seems powerful. And discarding 2 chosen cards is a game changer. So you can basically destroy the character by having this tool being played. And also opponent always needs to remember while this card is still like not play to not forget to like place his sidekicks out of the shadow tokens. So there is like additional advantage for you by in the not form of gameplay, but in the form of the opponent punish. Like he can make mistake by leaving Harpy on the shadow token because he forgot, and now he's losing 2 gazes of stone, and I don't know, you are not scared of Medusa anymore. So this card is broken. Bloody Hell. Bloody Hell is fun. Very fun. It's not higher than those boys, but it's higher than Skirmish for sure. Like dealing 1 damage on defense is good against 1 health sidekick. Sometimes it will do more. Sometimes it will be like counter punch. So it's great on defense, great defensive tool. Also, you can count it as 4 value, where 1 damage is guaranteed. Pretty good, pretty great. I like to use it on defense to like stack up damage, but you can use it on offense like for like a 4 value attack. And now if you count Bloody Hell as a 4 value attack, it's basically like you have 11 force, which sounds broken. Then you got Regroup. Regroup in his deck is actually pretty bad in my opinion. Like actually very bad. Because you may say, oh, but you can bait them with shadow tokens if they are close to them and you have 2 actions. But brother, if they're on the shadow token, just slap with 2 7s in the way, because the truth is they will not feint both of them probably, because they might think it's regroup. You may play regroup then 7, but if they're on the shadow token, just take advantage of that and smack them with 7 or with that, or just play this. And don't try to play this. It's the best use of this card is to just play non defense as Drusilla. because then she's drawing your card. And yeah, Fate is always 50-50. In some matchups it works, if opponent has a lot of effects. In other matchups it straight up doesn't working, because opponent is just smacking you high on, or just relies on effects that are not like tied to the card. So I don't know, Shakespeare for example. So yeah, 50-50. I don't like the empathy. Empathy is like here. I'm playing it only for the boost, because it's free value boost, so okay. And also it helps like keep Drusilla alive. But the effect is not crazy. Like drawing 3 cards, I'm not happy about that much, because I have cards that draw me a lot of cards. And then draw 1 card, and I don't know, play this as free value, just either on defense or offense. It's just meh. So the best use is to use it as free value boost to bump up your Let's Dance to 7. Then we got Always Surprising. I also don't like this card. I'm placing the very bottom. I always try to like avoid this card like straight up, because sometimes this blind boosting might go so wrong. Like it will straight up blind boost your, if this will blind boost the inside, the side, you are just straight up losing the game. Or if it blind boosts the Let's Dance, okay, it's 4 value or even 7 value if Drusilla is on the shadow tokens, but you're losing one like very important tool about your character. So I don't like this card. The best probably like strategy is to just play it as a defense. Even on defense I don't like to play it, so the best way is to just use it as boost, to either bump it up the Let's Dance to 6 or just boost close to the opponent, and that's it. Then we got Seek the Shadow. Seek the Shadow is actually not that bad, but it's not as high as like, you know, Feint or whatever, because it draws you 2 cards, but it's like doing nothing more. So you are spending your whole turn playing Seek the Shadows, and then I don't know, another Seek the Shadows. So now you're drawing 4 cards, which is crazy in theory, but in practice this character is kinda slow. He's more of the control character than anything else. So this tempo tool would be cool on someone like Robin, or I don't know, someone else, Chupacabra. But in Spike's deck, I mean, it's still okay, because you may play the aggressive Spike when you are just going in, spamming force, and opponent is just dying slowly but surely. But it doesn't like change the fact that you need to like spend the whole turn like keep like playing this, because there's like now like you play this and probably play the another one because you have so many of them, so you just want to draw the good cards and just keep going. So yeah. Arrogance is just a good 4 value, but nothing else. But it's still 4 value, right? You know, it can be a 6, but you can only like, you can probably like use it as 6 only in the very end game, because you don't want to discard your cards unless you have like, I don't know, always surprising in the end game. So then okay, but this is basically a 4 value that you want to use and like nothing more. I think this is the first card you want to play if you go for the aggressive Spike. You know, going close to opponent, hit them with this instead of this, and just this is okay. And this having a potential to be 6 in the end game when you have like no cards in hand is pretty cool. Also, it somewhat works with this, because you may play this one as 6 value and then play this one to regenerate your hand. Well, no, it doesn't work like that, because you will discard it, but you know, you can hit with this, maneuver, and now you draw this, and if you will not die, you can regenerate your hand somewhere, but this card is overall pretty meh. And then the Rush. I like the Rush, it's pretty cool, but it's not dangerous as that, so I think it is. I'm using this card to just, I'm keeping this card for Let's Dance, like it might like help it, be it a 7, but if I have Empathy in my hand also, I just can play it as 5 value, and playing 5 value is okay. Also, I haven't mentioned that, but I mention it right now. It's good to clear up sidekicks, because sometimes you might just not have a tools to clear them, so you'll just play this to clear them up, and even as free value it's pretty cool. But yeah, the best use is probably to, you know, boost the Let's Dance, or if you have Empathy, just play it as 5. if they are close to you, and that's it. So yeah, that's the tier list. Definitely the site is broken. Let's Dance is very good. That's very good. And then the 4s for the aggressive playstyle are good. And those cards are just they are good. They are fun control cards in theory, but in practice the meeting the condition is kind of hard. So those cards are being very are go like they're going low because the condition to be having opponent on the shadow tokens or you're on the shadow tokens is sometimes like too much demanding. So this is just best to use them as boost or straight up just play them as a trash defense to draw a card, and that's the only use. So yeah, that's the tier list. Okay, with that out of the way, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That was the spike strategy, deck analysis, and tier list. I hope you learned something. So just to like sum it up, spike, 2 different playstyles you can use. One playstyle is to just actually 3. So first playstyle is to just try surround the opponent with Drusilla. Like I said, always go around with one character and around with other character to just meet opponent somewhere in the middle, to have him in the middle. And then while going then, place shadow tokens somewhere in the middle while going to him to just make maps smaller for him. And because even if he'll be adjacent to shadow token, it's still a huge disadvantage for him because now Let's Dance is working. And by going that way, you may surround him and then eventually hit them with your broken effects. So that's pretty cool strategy. On smaller maps, definitely try it. Other strategy is to just go in and smack with 4s from the beginning of the game. So search for 4s in the early game, and there is very high chance that we'll draw a 4 value card in the early game because in the opening hand, because I even count Bloody Hell as 4 value. So yeah, just go in and smack them with those cards for values in the early game because they might have no defenses at the beginning, so every damage is counted. And yeah, that's pretty cool strategy. You're basically playing Angel, but now as Spike. And then there's the third strategy, which is against characters who just need to be close to you to work, like we said in the strategy part. So in that case, you may just place yourself somewhere in the middle of the map, surround yourself with shadow tokens, and they need to get close to you. Like Daredevil needs to get close to you, so he needs to step on the shadow tokens, and now you may just punish him with 7s, with 2 chosen discards. Pretty cool. So yeah, that was Spike. Remember, he's not working in any tournaments or whatever. He works only in the when you're playing with your friends. He's pretty fun. He works and the friends tournaments. Like if you're doing the tournaments with your friends, it's pretty fun to have Spike there because this character is overall I think pretty fun. Don't be discouraged to play him because whole unmatched community is telling you, oh, he's very bad. No. If you have Spike the Buffy set, if you are one of the blessed ones to have the Buffy set because it's so good and so underrated. Don't be shy of playing Spike even against someone like Achilles, because even if you die, I guarantee you'll be having fun. And even against this Achilles guy, I think it's pretty cool interaction to place shadow tokens on him because he will be very happy to be close to you. So that's another thing to test. And yeah, Spike overall is pretty fun. So yeah, I hope my guide helped ya. And yeah, that was it. Thanks you so much for watching. See you guys. Peace.